The JFK tapes, conversations with John F. Kennedy, and if you're joining us for this feature on our website, this instantly tells us something about you, that you're as interested in this and engaged in this and as curious about this new material as we were. Here for now are selected highlights of conversations with JFK.
Washington, D.C., January 5th, 1960.
Why did you get started in politics? Why were you ever interested in it?
In the 30s, when I was home from school, the conversation was always about politics. Now, it was... You want a cigar?
It's all right. I'd rather talk loud.
Not in the sense of sort of being emotionally stirred about great issues, but really just about the whole interest of my father was completely sort of in politics and the Roosevelt administration. This wasn't my thing.
And the old man had not indicated to you in any way that you ought to fill Joe's tube?
No. It was much more evolutionary. I was rather ill at the time. I had malaria and everything, but I found that I could speak reasonably well, and that it was reasonably well received. Then when Curley got elected mayor of Boston, I then thought that congressional seat became vacant. So I decided I would run. Now, it was a combination of being really at loose ends at the end of the war, of being reluctant to begin law school again, of having this rather political tradition which made it somewhat easier for me perhaps to run than otherwise would have been true, and being uninterested really in going into business, and being interested in national life and international life. And the time, the occasion, and I all met.
All of these stories that we've read about your father training his sons to be, to the sense of public service, you're suggesting that this is erroneous.
Well, I must say that it's erroneous in the sense that Joe had been so obviously headed to be a politician, and you kind of two people from the same area. I mean, it's erroneous because I don't think, how could you figure that you would have two people going to politics?
You have you and your brother now.
I will say that then I went in, and there's no doubt that the emphasis always was with Bobby and Teddy in it. They're going into work for the government. I think that became more as after I went in. I will say there was never any emphasis on my going into business. Never.
Which he really would have liked.
No, he wouldn't have. I think he's completely uninterested in it. Even with Teddy. But I would also say that I don't think that you know. Why aren't you sitting in there?
I'd like to chat. She's handed me.
We'd like to be with our men.
Obviously, you're a well-to-do guy who could live off the fat of the land. Why do you go in for politics?
Well, I think the rewards at first are infinite.
What are they?
Well, look now, if you went to law school, I got now law, which I was going as anything else. You went to law school, and then I go as I become a member of a big firm, and I'm dealing with some dead, deceased man's estate, or I'm perhaps fighting in a divorce case, or even in a case of one kind or another, of some fellow who got in an accident. Can you compare that, or let's say more serious work, where you're participating in the case against the DuPont company, and in general on a trust case, which takes 2 or 3 years. Can you tell me that compares in interest of being a member of Congress and trying to write a labor bill or trying to make a speech on foreign policy? I mean, I just think that there's no comparison.
What made you want to be president? What made you want to succeed?
That is the source of action. The Senate plays a very secondary role today.
Why does Jack Kennedy want to play a primary role?
Because I'm extremely interested, aside from sort of the natural reasons of advancing in the area which you're sort of competitive struggle, but the Senate, the presidency is the source of action, the center of action. The Senate is not today. It was in 1840 to 50, but it isn't today.
Well, this is curious to suggest to me that the only reason you want to be president is because you're dissatisfied with the limits of your power in the Senate.
No, but the point is that all the things that you're interested in doing, I mean, I'm interested in a number of things, the presidency, the president can do them and the Senate cannot do them. There's much less than meets the eye in the Senate, in my opinion. I don't think Lyndon Johnson is the second most powerful man in the United States. And he's well down the range, frankly. He has a veto power, but that's all. Now, how could you possibly say that you're interested, which you must be if you're in the Senate, willing to do all this, and then say that you wouldn't want to be president, which is the source of action?
Well, it's inherent in every politician.
For everybody. I mean, would you like to be head of the Washington Bureau, or would you like to be editor of Newsweek? Trying to separate a normal desire to move ahead, which I think everybody, my God, how would the world move without that motion? I mean, everybody.
And yet it's true that there are only some people that have either what it takes or
Desire?
something in them that makes them go
I
further.
know. Everybody reaches a natural level. It's possible my natural level in the Senate. I may know in the next 6 months. But there isn't anybody in the House that would not like to advance themselves. Anybody who works for anything. My God, if you didn't have that power of desire, the United States and every place else would collapse. That's what moves the country and the world. But that's just a part of it. I'm just saying that it's the center of power, not power. I mean, I'm not talking about personal. I'm just saying the center of action, is the more precise term, is the presidency. Now, if you're interested, which many, many people are, not just me, the presidency is the place for it to be, in the sense of if you're going to get anything done.
And what about the projection of oneself? That is, the only comparable field I can think of is a movie star.
No, but I think I personally am the antithesis of the politician, as I saw my grandfather, who was the antithesis, who was the politician. I mean, every reason that I say that he was ideal. What he loved to do is what politicians are expected to do. Now, I just think that today...
Don't you?
No, I don't. I don't enjoy... I'd rather read a book in a plane than talk to the fellow next to me. And my grandfather wanted to talk to the politician, or everybody else in the plane. I'd rather not, particularly. I'd rather not go out to dinner. What?
You look as though you enjoyed it,
Yeah, but I think it's...
which helps with it.
Yeah,
But Jack, that whole projection that come with modern times.
I think I just happen to fit now. I mean, I think people don't like this.
I think that's a 19th century politician, don't you? Like your
Yeah, you're
grandfather,
20th
people are
century.
suspicious of.
Yeah, but now the politician has to be
Bill
constantly
Fulbright.
on the air.
He's not in the air.
Fulbright?
Yeah, he has a particular personality. I have a particular type of personality, which I don't look like a politician and all the rest, which sort of helps me. But I mean, everybody isn't extroverted in politics. There's a lot of, I would say that a lot of the senators certainly are not extroverts.
Well, name me one.
Who's not?
Yeah.
Mike Mansfield is not.
Well, that's right.
John Cooper isn't an extrovert.
Richard M. Nixon's not.
Richard Nixon's not an extrovert. Stuart Simington is a very tricky extrovert if he is one. I don't think he is one. Hubert is. I'm not. I don't.
But Jack, I mean, you are, no?
I don't think I am extrovert.
But you like it. And you live on it.
All these things may be true. I'm just saying that I find it. I'm just saying what I would be doing. I don't go. You know, I don't go out to dinner.
Yeah. I know. I know I'm trying to provoke you, but it
I
seems to
understand,
me...
but I mean, I'm not. I'd be delighted if I had you and Humphrey's disposition. I mean, he thrives on this. He loves to go out and campaign. And Joe was made for it, and I certainly wasn't.
Why was Joe? I never knew Joe, obviously, but why...
He was more of a type, extrovert type.
Yeah. Now, why did the old boy think you were hopeless?
Well, at that time, I weighed about 120 pounds.
Had a bad
There
case
was
in
that
there.
picture we saw at Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah. That's in your old campaign photo?
No, the one we just saw, this
Jack, I remember long before I knew you,
Boston Globe Sunday.
when I was covering the federal courts in the District of Columbia, you used to, in the contempt cases, you used to come down and testify that yes, there was a quorum present, yes, I was there, yes, me and one other guy was there, which made up a quorum. And you looked like the wrath of God. I can see you there now. You weighed 120 and you were bright green.
That's why my father thought that I was not equipped for political life.
That you were
That all the people would have that frightening...
too ugly.
I was too ugly.
And you've been a congressman for 2 years. Did you run for Congress with this greenness?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Greener.
what was
Greener.
that? That was out of brain?
It was out of brain malaria, and I think probably some adrenal deficiency.
And this is Addison's. So what is that damn disease?
Addison's disease, they say, yeah.
Yeah, that's just...
Jack Addison asked me today if I had it.
Who?
Drew Pearson's man. I
Jack?
said, no. I said, God, the guy with Addison's disease looks sort of brown and everything. I said, Christ. I said, that's the sun.
Do you take any special efforts to maintain a sense of privacy? Do you have a private phone?
Unlisted.
Yeah, I do have it. Everybody seems to have it. I do. I try to be. My wife is very private.
Well, I haven't heard the phone ringing tonight.
Well, no, it isn't in the book. They can get me in the office tomorrow morning, but I mean, I don't want to really do it tonight.
You can avoid this. Some people call you up in the middle of the night and say,
No?
why did you vote for that labor bill or something?
If they do, I give Ted Red and Al. No, I don't have my number in the book, and we don't do it at home.
No politician does have his number.
Well, how could you possibly? Because you'd be sitting here all evening answering the phone after all day. I think you get so much energy, and that'd be an unproductive way to spend it. Anybody who wants to talk to you seriously talks to you in the daytime. Most people don't expect that you're going to
Or somebody betting
talk all
somebody.
evening.
I bet you up there
From the
going
part of the United States.
Somebody who wants something.
Yeah, I just would like 2 minutes on the magic of politics.
Jesus.
Because I go back to this guy told me that I ought to run against Styles Bridges. And for about 2 minutes, I just took off. And there was this whole marvelous sense of mission that you've been hinting about. But somebody must have said that to you. You can be, and never mind president, but you can go so high. It's an adrenaline on a man.
Oh, I agree. It's stimulating because, you're dealing in it. Life is a struggle, and I mean, you're struggling in a tremendous sort of arena, and it's like playing Yale every Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
In a sense.
But the drama of it, that you don't, I don't know, it's somehow...
Well, look, how could it be more interesting than this sort of checkerboard, chess struggle of the next 7 months?
What is the ultimate satisfaction? Is it because you want a place in history? Is it because you want to do good for the public?
No, but I have no. I presume that within everyone is a normal desire to survive. And therefore there's a combative sense, a competitive sense, struggle.
This explains why Jack Kennedy has a super competitive sense and a super drive.
For a
I
super
don't know
job.
why that is, but I think I do have a lot of, I don't know whether it's out of my family or what it is.
Have you never meditated on this or analyzed it or tried to? Why do you want to be president? Why do you want to be successful in politics?
I was attempting to indicate why I think the presidency is the key, in the public sense. Now, why you're willing to devote so many years to an effort. It's a personal thing about it, which I wouldn't attempt to explain. I don't know the reason why I'm more interested or less interested than somebody else. That I don't know.
But why wouldn't you attempt to explain it?
Because I don't know why. I just feel this way, and I don't know what the reason is. That I would not make an assessment of.
Well, you've hinted at that.
I know what to do in interviews. Get on the offensive right away.
Well, why don't you ask Jackie? I don't know what it is.
Why do you think?
No, but I mean, I don't know. Why? I see my brother Bobby, who's terribly combative and intense. I mean, just endless.
He's more so than you.
He's more than I am.
Do you go for the criticism about, not the criticism, but the jazz or whatever it is about you in birth control? Do you think this is kosher?
But the
Birth control, separation of church and state, youth, everything.
It's inevitable that if I seek the presidency, which is this high office with fantastic power, that so many people will use every means they have available to prevent you from getting it.
Yeah.
So there's, in a sense, desirable that you should submit to these tests, and inevitable that with that power will go this attempt to check it.
It is a more than fascinating walk through the mind of this still young senator. He becomes president this same calendar year you hear this recording made, and of course he's gone from us 3 years later.